Hi folks, hope you're well. I was just thinking about the car situation. And, well, last night I was thinking about it. Well, probably haven't stopped thinking about it to a certain degree. But one of the things I was thinking about is at least 20 so-called Christians knew that I needed help to put the roof sticker on the car. And none of them offered half an hour of their time to help me to do that. Even though they liked some of the stickers on the car. They knew the car was supposed to be pointing at God. But they didn't care about helping. So obviously when people say, oh, Christians are so good about helping people, no, they're not. I guess if I'd have asked a Jehovah's Witness, I would have got help. If I'd have asked a Church of Latter-day Saints person, if I'd have asked 20 of those people, probably about 5 of them would have offered me half an hour of their time. At least. Probably more. Now, the reason why they would have done it might have been because, they believe that by doing such, they might get people into their belief system. Yeah. I think that would be part of the reason. Now, of course, I don't want someone doing it because they're trying to be a good little Christian, because I do not respect good little Christians, because I know what that's all about, and I know that that's not God. But it is that thing that you just look at it and you just say, all in all, I've said to God many, many times, why on earth are you bothering with them? Why on earth should I? Yeah, because if when they get offended, they'd rather go to the pastor and complain about you rather than come to you and talk to you about it. They don't know how to deal with offence, but they'd rather you pay for it than them. Certainly in their understanding. No. These are people that I'm supposed to care about. But that's what I say. The reality is, to me, people in church are the same as people outside of church. As I say, in this way, with regards to helpfulness, they're worse. They're worse. I can ask 20 people that have nothing to do with church, that don't even go to church, and I could get 1 or 2 to give me a bit of their time to get that sticker on the car. Yeah. If I asked 20 people that didn't believe in God, I could still get 1 or 2 that would help me to do that. Again, maybe their motivations wouldn't be right. Maybe. But in the church, no one offers. Even if their motivations are wrong, no one still offers. Yeah. It is what it is, as I say. Again, I'm not saying that if someone else asked them, they wouldn't offer. It could just be because they don't like me. Could be. It could be a personal thing. And again, should it be a personal thing? Should there be a personal thing where if someone that you don't particularly like asks for help and you choose not to help them because you don't like them, is that God's way? No. Oh, there you go. So, that is what it is. Yeah. Should that be the case? No, but there's so many things that shouldn't be the case in church. And again, you're not saying that people should offer. I'm not saying that every 20 people that knew should have offered. No. Whether they're a street pastor, whether they go to the Anglican Community Church, or whether they go to anywhere else. I'm not saying that they should have offered. No. What people should do is exactly the same as If you speak of a need, that you have a need of money, so therefore, okay, I have a need right now to get this car running. I have a need of around about £1,400. So therefore, if I speak of that need, let's say if somebody has enough money to be able to give that money, I don't want them to give it. No. I want them to go to God and ask God whether they should give, and if God says yes, then how much should they give? Because again, okay, I've been quoting around about that much to get the car back. But again, I don't know how much it's going to cost. God does. If it's going to cost £1,473, then maybe God wants them to give £1,473. Because then the bill is paid. Maybe that's what God wants, is for them to actually pay the bill. So maybe God wants them to say, well, don't worry about it. I'll give you that. Or God wants them to give 1,500. He wants them to give just a little bit over. Yeah? Again, the reason why it's about saying go to God and do what He wants is because then what you give will be multiplied. Because now you're sowing a seed. I was at the Anglican Community Church recently, and Paul, who does the soul food, he was mentioning to one of the chaps there who stands outside a lot and gives out tracts and stuff, that he needed money for this soul food thing. He needed money to buy stuff for it. And so this person just took £10 out of his wallet and gave it to him. That £10 is not a seed. Unless God told him to give £10, that £10 is not seed. That £10 is being a good little Christian and giving towards need. But that's not seed. Seed is only God-led. If it isn't God-led, it ain't seed. See, this is the point. This is why prosperity ministry never worked. Because when the prosperity minister says to you, if you give me, if you tithe to me, then I will pray to God and your money will multiply, and you do that, you're focusing on the prosperity minister, you're trusting in them, not trusting in God. You're sowing because they're telling you to sow, not because God is telling you to sow. And so therefore, no, it won't work. It never works. You have to be led. You have to be doing things according to the will and the ways of God. Because if you look at the Lord's Prayer, it says, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Right? It's according to His will, His ways, that they be done on earth as in heaven. His will. You only get access to His ways by doing His will. Now, a lot of people will say, yeah, but His will is for us to give. No. No, that isn't necessarily true. Again, that because but give to where? Give to who and how much? Because it's like all things, it's about being led, because God knows what's needed, you don't. If God wants to meet a need, and you're told that need is 10% of what you have, you happily give 10%, believing that's going to meet the need. Now God's going to find someone else to add to what you gave, because what was needed was equal to 20% of what you have, which you would have given had you have known. Right? You would have there got the full blessing from giving that, rather than half the blessing. Because if God has to use someone else to give the other 10%, then you both share the blessing, don't you? Now, of course, sharing a blessing, that's a lovely thing. That's cool. And if God wants that to happen, great. But, yeah, many people miss opportunities to be blessed because they're not led. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's not simply a case of saying to someone, I want you to help. Ideally speaking, with that roof sticker, I needed probably 3 people to do it. Maybe myself and 2 others, or maybe just 3 other people to do it. So therefore, the real blessing would have been 3 people coming, rather than just 1. But 1 could have been done. Yes, it could have been done with just 2. But it would take a lot longer, and it'd be more difficult to do, more frustrating, and awkward. With 3, it would have been a damn sight easier. So again, yeah. 1 person turning up would have been good, better than nothing. The fact of it is, nobody turned up. Nobody. And I say, that is what I expect. I don't expect people to do that. I don't expect people to go to God. And to be honest, I expect that I will lose a lot of blessings, that people want to give to me, because I'll say to them, go to God about it. Don't just give, go to God. If God tells you how much to give, or God tells you what to give, then I'll happily receive. Because, they think I'm judging them by doing that. There's no judgment. I'm trying to help you to receive a blessing. I'm trying to help you to receive the reaping of what you're sowing. But there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.